So it will be doing 6.7 from the previous practice problems videos for those who watched it. So listen, okay, so here they're saying x times f of x. Okay, determine the values of x for which x times f of x is less than 0. So x, they're talking about the x values on the x-axis, and f of x, they're talking about the y values on the graph, not on the graph, but where the x values were in the x value. Lord, forgive me. The x, shit, the y values for which the graph f of x exists. Okay, so the y values for which this graph f of x exists are from this point, the turning point, going downwards. Okay, so that's 9 going downwards, 9 going to infinity. So we obviously we have to look for the numbers that we can see here. Okay, so listen, right here, what I see here, they're saying that x times f of x less than 0. Okay, so what do you have to multiply in order to get negative? Because that's what less than 0 means. So one of these, x must either be, okay, x must be negative and f of x must be positive, or the other way around. So you're gonna look on your graph here. Y is positive this side. The y values of the graph f of x are positive on this side, but are negative on this side. Okay, let's look at our x. Our x is positive throughout the whole side, from 0 here to this side. So there we found it. We found where f of x is positive. So f of x is positive, meaning the y values of f of x are positive, and where x is negative, right? X is negative here, the whole to infinity, to negative infinity. So our solution, right, is gonna start from here, right on the x-axis, where the negative x values start. The negative x values start from here on 0, going that side. So if those values start there, then that means even our y will also have to start there. Okay, and look at this. Our y values, right, they're positive all the way here until here at point P. That point P, they are no longer negative, because going down here our y is now negative. Okay, so our solution will be between this point there and that point there, the point of intersection there, where P is. So where P is, that's basically the x-intercept, one of the x-intercept of f of x as well as g of x, but here we're looking at f of x, so let's focus on that. So your solution will be as follows: x is in between -4. Remember, in the previous video, one of our x-intercepts for f of x were -4. Is in between -4 and 0, because we started right there and we go this right here, we go over here. That's where our solution ends for the first part. Now they're saying 3 marks, so obviously there's more than one solution. So you're gonna say, or after writing the first one, x is in between -4 and 0, you're gonna write or. Let's look for the second one. Remember, x must be either positive and f of x must be negative, or x must be negative and f of x must be positive. So let's move to the other side of the graph. Okay, so on the other side of the graph, we can tell that on this region f of x is positive, and on this region f of x is negative. Okay, fine. But now x is positive. Okay, there's no way it's negative from on this side. It's positive to infinity, to positive infinity. So the only way is for us to have f of x being negative, right? And f of x, yes, it's negative right here in this region. But now look at this. It starts being negative at this point Q. So our solution will be as follows. Okay, so I'm gonna say or x is greater than 2. Now remember 2, we got it on the previous video as the